Every time the drifter hops on social media, he feels like he's being left behind, seeing everyone chase their goals, seeing everyone grinding. And every time he tries to, the slightest bit of resistance, the slightest bit of pain, the slightest bit of, I don't really feel like doing it, he doesn't do it. The drifter gets stuck in those dopamine loops constantly because in the face of resistance, in the face of pain, in the feeling of not wanting to do it, he completely folds. Whenever the drifter does have free time, he doesn't want to do the work. It almost feels like mentally painful. It almost causes this like physical pain to his body every time he goes up to do the work that he has to do, but he doesn't feel like doing it. And that, my friend, is called resistance. That is the thing that we are constantly fighting against. That feeling of pain in either our stomach or the mental pain of going up to do something that we don't want to do. But what you don't realize is that mechanism is built in us as humans to evolve and grow. It's like getting to the next level. You cannot level up and get better without some sort of resistance, without some sort of pain involved. Because pain is on both ends of the spectrum of comfort. It's going to be painful if you start leveling up, but it's also going to be painful if you don't do anything. So you get to choose what pain that you face. The beautiful thing about the pain of leveling up is it doesn't stay painful. It turns into pleasure because you've gained experience. You got better. You got stronger. The player understands the game and actively tries to level up any chance he gets. He understands that humans are wired to evolve. They're wired to want to adapt and evolve in certain situations. The player understands that his big goals, his big ambitions come with a sacrifice, and that sacrifice is the feeling of comfort, is the feeling of pain. And through pain, through discomfort, you can advance and you can level up. In this video, my advice to you is to embrace reality and learn how to take advantage of the system that the creator of the universe has set out for us. I'd have so many times when I was alone and I had to do something difficult. I had to either read, I had to just get better. I wanted to get better, but I would rather do something else because every time I showed up to read the book, or every time I showed up to figuring out what I wanted to do with my life, as soon as it was painful, as soon as it was a little bit of resistance, I failed. I folded completely. And I'd go right back into me binging YouTube. I'd go right back into scrolling until it was all just for me to cope with that feeling of pain, because we were never taught how to understand pain, understand discomfort. Understanding discomfort. You see, when I mentioned pain in the beginning and how it actively tries to make us level up, there's two sides of pain that you can choose: the pain of leveling up or the pain of not doing anything and being left behind. Which way you think about it? When you want something, when you want that physique, when you want to try to learn something, when you want to try to gain a skill, you want to try to make money, what you're doing is saying to the universe, I want this. And what the universe will do is place barriers. It will place a level on you, put you inside a level that you have to beat in order to achieve that said thing. And the cost of how to beat that level is through pain, it's through difficult, it's through understanding, it's through learning and failing. You can't just learn a lesson once. You have to constantly learn it in order to understand it fully. And the universe will only give you what you deserve. Where you are now, the situation that you are currently in, if you don't like it, it is because of you. It's because that is what you deserve. You can't blame anyone else but you for not taking action, for not going up against pain and going up against discomfort. But it's so easy to be comfortable, right? We live in a world of distractions. We live in a world of escapism. It's so easy to escape into our phones. It's so easy to pick up the phone and just scroll all the time. I get it. Even I find myself scrolling still. It's such like a battle between technology and us nowadays. Like, we just want to get better. We just want to see ourselves succeed and do better, but we always fall victim to the game masters' technology, and they're pretty much just sapping our ability to evolve and level up. And that's why people get left behind. That's why people fall behind in this game. We don't realize this. Pain is a signal. Pain is a signal to you that this is the time to be disciplined. This is the time to actually just keep pushing forward, because that little spurt of pain is growth. That is the experience that you're gaining to become a better person. Pain is also a signal that you need to find a solution to your problem at hand. And you need to find a solution in order to progress in the game of life. We all have different problems. We all have problems with wanting to maybe get stronger in the gym. We all have problems with being just procrastinating, just being lazy, not wanting to do anything. That is the problem. Once you label that as a problem, once you have the awareness to look at that and be like, okay, this is what I need to solve. How do I solve it? And you sit down and actually think about it intellectually. It's hard to think. I'm pretty sure it was Henry Ford. I'm not going to quote the exact quote, but he said thinking is hard. That's why most people don't do it. Thinking, actually sitting down and understanding your situation, having that awareness, is difficult. But that's why you'll get an answer, because it is difficult. The next part of this video is going to be understanding nature's lessons. First of all, what is nature? Because when we think of nature, we think of the green, we think of the grass, we think of what the world looks like, nature and stuff. But I'm talking about the laws of nature, how the world works. One law of nature is you reap what you sow. The law of cause and effect. What you put in, you will get out. In understanding this law of nature, we have to use it to our advantage. This is part of the system. You can't go against the system, or you'll get completely beaten. You have to take advantage of it. If you know that, okay, you reap what you sow good things. It's about putting good energy into the universe and getting a good outcome. You gotta own your outcomes. Like I said before, where you are now is because you deserve it. It's because of the cause-effect relationship. What you put in is what you got out. As a player, I think it's so important for us to try to understand nature and try to learn and study and understand, because like I said, you can't go against nature. You can only use it and ride with it. It's like a wave. Learning how to ride with it. If you want, read the laws of human nature. You might not realize it, but we are more alike than different. Humans have this like animalistic nature to them that it's like ingrained into them through evolution, through the process of evolving and getting better. We have these set laws of nature inside of us. And this is the reality that I'm trying to get you to embrace, because we don't understand reality. Reality is objective. It's not subjective. It's not what you think it is. Reality has truth. But with that truth, use that to your advantage. We all have perception. We can perceive things how we want. We could have an opinion, but reality will always be reality. Reality will always be the truth. And what we need to do is sit down and learn how to look at things objectively. Learn how to look at things for what they are, not for how you feel about them, for not what this person thinks about them or what this person thinks, but what it is at face value, what it is objectively. The reason that you keep doom scrolling, the reason that you keep relapsing is because you haven't learned the lesson yet. We need to sit down and try to learn the lesson of the problem at hand, because we can't just learn the lesson once, right? How can we look at things more objectively? You see, the ability to extract the lesson from the problem is what you need to grow. And the question is, okay, how do we do that? What you can do is simply take out a piece of paper and write down the top problem, like what am I trying to solve right now, and talk your way through it. Instead of just sitting there with your thoughts all jumbled up in your head, write them down and look at things objectively. When you write things down, you can look at things from a third-person perspective and then move forward to that. We have to be more logical, we have to be more rational. The creator of the universe gave us this rational mind and this logic thinking for a purpose, to walk us through problems and to come together and solve it together and grow and evolve. I truly believe that. The faster that you adapt to pain situations, what I mean by adapt, the faster you learn the lesson and extract the lesson more efficiently, more effectively towards your situations or problems, the more you'll grow, the more you'll evolve, the more that you will level up. But it's hard. This shit is difficult, and that's why we will grow. But the pain of not doing it, the pain of regret, the pain of just sitting there and falling behind is so much more worse than the pain of going through it and learning the lesson and getting better. Because we've all had that time where we actually did something difficult and it felt good. It felt good that we did it. We went through that hard, difficult test and we passed, or we went through that hard workout and we did good, or we actually put down our phone for once and actually locked in, maybe read a book or did our homework, or we did something good. Think about those times that you did something good or you learned something, and then kind of harness that energy, harness that feeling of after the pain you felt pleasure. We are all playing this game. It is difficult, I know, but when we try to understand pain and discomfort, when we have our little comfort zone, in order to grow, we need to expand it and get outside of it. So I'm going to encourage you to embrace reality, embrace the pain, embrace discomfort, and simply level up. After watching this video, you need to go towards that hard task that you've been putting off. You need to go towards that hard, difficult thing that you've been ducking or procrastinating on, because that will get you towards your mission, your purpose, your meaning. I hope this video has helped you, and if you want, I have a free Discord in the link in the description that you can join. We have over 500 members in there. We talk about leveling up, we talk about getting better, we talk about self-improvement, and if you need a group of individuals, a group of like-minded individuals, then the guild is a place for you. Evolve or get left behind. Choose either the pain of regret or the pain of leveling up. It's up to you. And with that, continue your journey and keep moving forward.